This episode of Fragbox TV is brought to you by
the world's most beautiful nano reef tanks. Start your reefing adventure at reefcasa.com.
What is going on, my reefing fam? March here, Fragbox TV. We got some new goodies in, so I just like to pick up the camera whenever there's anything new and kind of walk you through and show you what is going on and what is up and what is new in the box, because we have some cool things in here. I'm always on the hunt for new and different sort of invertebrates. Why? Because I'm weird and I like weird stuff. So I like to go visit my supplier, see what he has. There's always something new. There's not a time I go there that I don't see something I've never seen. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to this hobby. It's because of that very fact that it's just always there's always something new, and you never truly finish or master an aquarium. It's just an ongoing project, and it's a really cool hobby. So what do we have for fish? I've just unpacked a few. I have some little Aptasia eating filefish. These are all just getting dripped. I think this is called a dash dot blenny. I'm getting better with the fish names. A Springary damsel, a Caribbean chromis. I see a green clown goby over there in the corner, and a wheeler goby. Lots of gobies, blennies, little fish. Why? Why? Why do we only stock small fish? One, small store. Small store, small fish. Don't have a lot of room for large blonde nasos. Love them, can't keep them. Look at what we're dealing with in terms of carrying capacity. 6 inch by 6 inch by 6 inch, these little cubes. So these are temporary holding tanks. These fish don't want to be here all the time. They're like little jail cells kind of, until they're going to go to their forever homes. But they're good. They're good for holding, but I can't responsibly keep fish that are larger than just a couple inches. So just the nature of the store, one, is limiting. And two, a lot of what we do here in the shop is online. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. What is this? It's a store in Toronto. Toronto! Yes, I said Toronto. I'm always surprised when people don't realize that we're in Toronto. We specialize in saltwater corals, and we ship these all across the country. So, actually, this is a great example. Hi, Ray. Ray is packaging a box right now, going to someone. Look at what they ordered. Check this out. So if you ever order from us, you'll see everything comes pretty darn organized. I'm a very organized person. I like to keep the shop organized, my home's organized, and I like the orders to be organized. So we have pretty good order accuracy, and this definitely helps. You see, every single piece comes labeled, so you know exactly what you're getting and what is in each individual bag. And the boxes that we use here, you can see they're not very big. So if I were to ship, let's say, a yellow tang or a tamini tang or any big fish, the bag size that I would need is going to fill up a box like this, and shipping is incredibly expensive. We actually we subsidize the shipping. We only charge about $30 to $40 Canadian across the whole country. It's a flat rate, but we lose because it costs more than that. So we lose on the shipping, we make on the coral, if that makes sense. If I were to go and take a big bag full of water to properly ship a large fish, the shipping just isn't going to make sense, because we have to get it there overnight. We use FedEx, we use UPS, and it's quite expensive, even with our discounted rates. So that is my long spiel on why we normally carry smaller fish. What else do we have here? I'm going to start unbagging all these ones. Yellow Watchman goby. This is a staple. We almost always have these in stock, because they ship well, for one. They're easy to keep, lots of character, bright, inexpensive yellow fish. You're almost always gonna find a yellow Watchman here in our store. So what we do is we have our prices laid out, and if you see these ones, this is like, I would say, our bread and butter. We don't really switch these. We'll almost always have, back to the idea of organization, I want to know where the fish are. I hate looking for stuff, so we'll just always keep 6 line here. The price stays the same, photo stays the same, the name stays the same. That's our 6 line bunker. That goes the same for Royal Grandma, for this wrasse, and it kind of throughout the whole store. Now, we do have variation. We have new stuff that comes in from time to time, and then my organization gets messed up and March goes crazy. Oh, hello! Algae destroyers. Not very pretty, not the most beautiful animal in the world, but I would say definitely in terms of usefulness and sheer algae eating destruction, this is what you want. If I can manage to actually pull one out of the bag. You know what? They've grown on me. They're kind of cute, eh, Kavina?
Yeah.
They're squishy. Look at this thing. He's squishy. And every time I use this as my, oh, what is it? First of all, oh, he's farting. Hello. It's a sea hare. Every time I use this sort of thumbnail like this, it's a little clickbaity, but it's not, because I'm holding a sea hare and I'm talking about sea hares and we sell sea hares and everything about sea hares. This thumbnail seems to do really well, like this right there. That's the one I'm going to use. Very, very powerful algae eater. Just about all types of algae, especially hair algae, and I like to keep them in here. Back to the idea of organization, I like to know where they are. So I just stick them in here, and then whenever we're looking for a sea hare, typically we'll come over to this tank. Oh, you're actually, you know, you're so ugly, you're kind of cute. Something else in the shop that is really ugly, but so ugly he's cute, is this dog. So he lives here most of the time. His name is Diggs. He's 12 years old. He's my son. And you got a really squishy kind of ugly face. You know that? But everybody loves you. I'm very sorry if in the past week you came in and your leg got sexually harassed by this animal. I don't know what was going through your mind. He would just became a very horny and humpy creature this last week. But he's a good boy most of the time. Speaking about ugly and cute, what do we have here? Kavina's handing me a surprise. What am I looking at? Oh, this is funky. Let's go to the sink and show you our orange sponge decorator crab. So we don't get these too often. This is kind of going back to when I say I'm looking for weird and different sort of ocean life animals. This is definitely one of them. So they're going to pick up stuff kind of around your tank. They're like interior decorators. Are they reef safe? I'm going to say with caution. I think they're pretty reef safe. I did have one that I caught eating a clam. Now, I don't know if the clam was already on his way out, or if this guy has a taste for clams. So it's hard to say. But the clam was dying, and this was just going to town, eating its face off. He's pretty cute though. He's got this orange back, and he picks up sponge. He'll pick up any loose corals too, and he's going to take it for a walk, not a rock. A rock is not what I was trying to say. A walk around the tank. So we don't get them often. That's a good size. Usually they're not as cute, and they're larger and uglier. Speaking about cute and ugly things, I think you're going to live well with pom-pom crabs. Little crabs that hold anemones on there to knock out copepods. What? That's a thing? Yes, it is. I'm going to put you in there very gently. Enjoy your life until someone takes you home. Kavina, hand me a starfish. This is one of the only starfish we sell in the store. Very few, because starfish are hard. They melt. They're not easy to keep. These are the opposite. We almost never ever lose these. Orange echinastria. We don't really do too many phromias anymore. There's one other, I'll do serpent stars because I find those are easy, but typically I won't do any linkia, no blue linkia, forget the linkia. I don't know anyone that keeps it long term. If you do, comment below your secret. I've never ever been able to. I'll keep these ones, the queen mesh ones, like this one right here. I'll just give you a quick look at it. This is a beautiful, beautiful starfish, really nice pattern. But really there's only a handful that I'll keep because the rest of them, they just melt. They just, I don't know, something about captivity. They don't ship well, and I want to be responsible with some of the stuff we're taking out of the ocean. So I want stuff that does well, that's gonna, you know, enjoy its life here. Like this one, the double star. That's a really easy to keep one. We don't have a lot of issues with those, but these ones are really, really bulletproof. Even if you cut off one leg, the main piece will survive, and from that leg you'll see 5 new ones sprout and will grow into a whole new starfish. So that's really why it's one of the only ones. Again, they're not crazy expensive. They're 75 Canadian dollars. I don't know where you're watching from. Oh, and this is the other one that we'll keep, is the sand sifting starfish. So these are really cool. We don't get them too often. They live in your sand bed, and they just do a fantastic job of moving detritus around, eating leftover food. And that's really what you want, is stuff that's going to gently and slowly just keep your sand bed in like a constant state of movement. That's how you keep it clean. That's how you keep that kind of pristine white looking sand bed that everyone I think is after. This one's a little dirty at the moment just because it's getting older. Sometimes we'll kind of just siphon out a top layer and then add some new fresh sand on top of that, slowly of course. But in this tank we're using lots of conscious. Now we have, oh, Sareth, we were waiting for these. Let's stick let's put them all here.
Sure.
Yeah, inexpensive. These guys flip themselves. You know what? I've always been taught, and I've always told people, Astrea cannot flip. I watched one the other day flip himself over. So I would say most of them can't flip, but some of them, when they do really they hit the gym hard and they got those strong ab muscles. I've seen it with my own eyes. Some of them can actually flip over, but generally they end up on their back. They're like turtles. They're gonna have trouble getting over. So if you buy them, they're inexpensive. They do a great job of cleaning, and I like that they're smaller because they'll kind of get into like the nooks and crevices that the larger snails, like the trochus and the turbos, are just not going to be able to get into. So they do a lot of that fine detail and cleaning work. And we almost always have them. I think any store, wherever you're watching from, you can almost always find astrias. So look for these snails here. Really integral part of your cleanup crew, and I usually add them very early. As soon as you start to go through the kind of like ugly stage, the dinos, it is time for astrias. This looks like a very nice sized tuxedo urchin. Hello, cutie. Maybe with his buddies. You know what I found out recently? There's some urchins that will actually eat each other. So these collector urchins with these, I caught one on the other one's head and he was cannibalizing it. So some urchins will actually eat other urchins. That's what I'm talking about when I say, like, not only are we always finding new and interesting things, but I'm learning new and interesting things. Like urchins have a taste for urchins. I didn't know that. I recently picked up a book. Actually, one of our customers gave me a book called What Fish Knows, or What a Fish Knows. Yeah, that's him. That's the cannibal. Hello. He's so cool. Let's stick him here. We don't get these ones too often. They're like blue. Really nice color.
Purple.
Okay, I'm colorblind. Nice. This book is really, really good. So thanks, Pam, if you're watching. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I'm about 40 pages in. And if you want to learn more about fish and how actually intelligent they are, I think they get, what's the word? I'm going to come back to the word I'm looking for. I'll share more with the book and as I read it. Another one. Beautiful. Hold on. Now we're going to do, let's hold it. Okay, sorry. That's the thumbnail. Come here, buddy. Let's go find you a nice spot over here with your friend. Yeah, slime. They're basically big slugs. They're really gentle. They're not going to hurt anything. Again, ugly and super, super useful. The thing about my dog, he's ugly and useless. You do nothing but fart and eat and shit, but I still love you. If you guys are looking for March's super secret coral sauce, it's finally out. We've released it. It's called Coral Curry. I have yet to find a coral that does not eat it, and you can mix it really thick and spot feed it. So I'm working on making a feeding kit. It's going to come with a sexy Reef Casa little box that I don't have to even show you. It's like a wooden bamboo box. It's going to come with a measuring spoon, with the food, with some feeding tools, and you can buy it as that kit, or you can buy just the food on its own. But I think you'll really like it, and if you try it, you're going to be hooked, and the corals love it. It's the recipe I've been working on for as long as I've been reefing. I've been making this stuff. It's my homemade coral food recipe, and you can find it at reefcasa.com. It's called Coral Curry, or on Fragbox. And Kavina just let out a gasp, so let's go see what's going over there. She dropped the fish. He's a jumper. That's the third time, I think.
Jesus Christ.
He's gonna be okay. Will you officially be my Valentine? I do not remember ordering that many cleaner shrimp. Shit. That's a lot of cleaners. Look at that. Okay. We may have a cleaner shrimp sale on our hands shortly. Keep your eyes open for that. Sometimes I get a little trigger happy on the computer, and that is the result. We end up with 50 cleaner shrimp. I'm seeing some nice white porcelain crabs, some Japanese red pistol shrimp, which I don't see too often. Hello, buddy. I see a blue pistol shrimp, which we really don't see too often. Oh yeah, what are you? Huh. I hope we can kind of see on camera. Let me open it up. Oh, he's like, oh, that's really cool. Actually, I've never seen this. He's got blue legs and blue claws. He's really funky. Look at that. It's almost like a blue tiger shrimp. Really neat. And lastly, everyone should get one of these. So again, that's the whole theme of today's video. I'll try and work that into the title somehow. Ugly and useful. Ta-da. We have, oh, it's kind of like me. Ugly and useful. So it's the sand sifting cucumbers. These ones are from Australia. Super, super cool. They're like worms for your reef tank. They'll kind of, same thing, move through the sand, move through the rock, eat all the leftover food. Don't add them too early. If you got a new tank, they do need some detritus, some gunk. So if your tank is too new, I don't think they're going to survive. But really funky and kind of, I'm going to say, uncommon. Not super rare, not super common. We don't have them all the time. We don't never not have them any time. That wasn't English. Okay, anyways, I'm going to go to Japan in a couple hours, and come say hi to you guys in Tokyo. And I hope you enjoyed the channel and you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you guys back here very soon, or maybe in Japan, or maybe even in Korea. Bye for now.